Hello everybody, my name is Renee and welcome to the Go Within channel. Haven't shot in front of the blue painting in quite a while. Thought I'd just mix it up, do something a little bit different. So the question for today's episode is, how do I change? So we may go through a process where over time, we become aware of a behavior that we've been doing for our whole lives and haven't really had awareness of what that behavior is. But then once you know, and if you desire to change that behavior, how exactly do you change yourself? It seems to be the question that I get over and over and over, and it's a question that I have asked myself. Now that I see what I'm doing, okay, now how do I go about changing it? And I would love to say, sure, it's easy. Let me give you a quick how-to, a quick list. Follow these steps 1 through 10 or 1 through 5. And then, problem solved. You're a new, changed person. But it doesn't really go that way, does it? It's not simple and linear. It doesn't follow a quick formula of how to get to an end result. I think that the way to change any behavior is simply practice, practice, practice. It's a process of continually going back to presence, assuming that we have lost that, and consciously choosing something different and feeling perhaps some feelings of discomfort that come up because we're in unfamiliar territory. We are no longer doing what we've done our whole lives. We're choosing maybe a new way of thinking or a new behavior that feels a little weird, because it's totally uncharted territory, even though it may be healthier for us and something that's ultimately for our good. Sometimes what's new, and even though it's healthier, feels weird because we're so used to what we've been doing. So whether it's saying that I've always had this problem with overeating, or I've always had an issue with negative thinking and sabotaging things, or I've always had this, I've always been very angry, or I've always been prone to depression, and I want to move out of that and be happier, whatever the case is. Moving to a place that's healthier is going to require consistent practice. And at first, it's usually more difficult until you get some time under your belt, and then it becomes easier. But we need to remove the idea that I can't ever change this. I can't do this. I've never had success in the past. Why should I have success now? Well, your past experience doesn't have to be the predictor for your future outcome. Even though I know that can be tough to think, well, why should I expect to have some improvement in this area? Well, we have to decide and set the intention that that's not what I want to continue anymore, and do everything you can to turn it around and to not give up. So how do you change? You got to keep coming back to your present moment, having awareness, because we'll slip into little grooves of thinking without realizing it, until you say, oh, I'm doing that again, or oh, I'm kind of slipping back into that old way again. I could handle the situation this way instead. And it may feel weird at first, but it also will feel better to not be going back into that old pattern. Let it feel weird, and that'll change. Let yourself be a fish out of water for a little bit, and then you'll move through that and move on to another feeling. So that is my suggestion and my thoughts about how do we change. And it's usually not quick. Sorry. But I think you already know that. The change, especially long worn out patterns, often isn't quick. Sometimes it may be, you never know. But awareness, presence, conscious choice what you want to do, how you want to think, how you want to respond to a situation. I think those are some important ways we can approach this. All right, just some thoughts. And if you have any you would like to add or share, I would love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, sharing, liking, commenting. I appreciate it more than you know. All right, I'll catch you next time.